My beauties, just tilted my camera. Okay, so I'm gonna do first impressions, which I've never really done, but I did get a new foundation, and you may want to see the first part for this. I'm doing a collaboration on Instagram, and this is part of that. So, but I got the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir foundation with vitamins plus insolazole sunscreen, broad spectrum, SPF 20. It's in the shade 740, and it says it's a lightweight full coverage makeup. This formula hydrates and includes a complex of SPF 20, vitamins, and antioxidant. And it's oil-free, made in the US. And it's natural beige. And that's what it looks like. And it's neat because it has this little cap over the pump, and it just, the packaging's kind of cute. So let's take a couple pumps in the back of my hand. I do think that I'm going to do half with the brush and half with the sponge. Get my hair out of the way. The brush that I'm using is the Tarte Bamboo foundation brush, and we'll see if it works. Never know. So let's put a little bit here, 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 here. I think we got enough. Oh, and I had already primed. And don't forget to go into the hairline, a little bit on your ear, and down. So that I do think this is a good color for me. The brush didn't do bad, I don't think. I do want to build, see if it's buildable. Pat that in there. Now, when I tested this in the store, it did seem to kind of oxidize a little bit. So you may want to go just a little lighter than normal. And I'm just seeing how that does. Not liking how the brush did around my nose. Okay. I think I'm going to need just a little bit more. And then my Real Technique sponge. And bounce, 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 bounce. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. And like I said, don't forget to go down and over to the ear. And if you've already done your eyebrows, be careful going around them. Out to the hairline. And when you use a sponge, okay, you don't need to like pound on your face. It's just light. I promise. That's all you need. Definitely need more in here if we want to even attempt. And I don't know about anybody else, but I like to cover the nose well, because you don't want that to like really want to try to get this to thinking I'm liking the sponge a little better. Didn't get all the way in there. Because I will come in with some concealer, but I think this is doing a little better than other stuff that I've previously done. As far as covering up my marks. Looks like I need a little more there. You just don't know. You don't know. It does seem to build up well, It's just, I don't know. I guess I hoped this would be like a miracle. But the good news is, it's not really settling into my lines. Still gray. And I know some of you will say color correctors. I've done orange, I've done purple, I've done purple mixed with orange. Not a thing has worked. But I do think that I like, oops, real close to the brow there. The sponge with it more than the brush. I have some broken capillaries real bad right in there. And on my nose. It does dry down really well. So, given that, you know, nothing else has really covered up the marks for me, my doctor's wanting me to get tested for lupus because of it. I looked up some of the symptoms and it's possible. I'm hoping not. But, I am gonna, you know, have my doctor run, you know, the necessary blood work. Because there's not like one definitive test to say, this is what you have. It's kind of running tests to see if it's consistent with those that have had it. And, you know, the history, the symptoms you're having. I really don't think that this is, from what I've looked at, as far as the butterfly. Even though it's like in the shape of a butterfly, mine seems different. I don't know. It's just my own thoughts. Got to talking, got the concealer. And the concealer that I use is the Makeup Revolution, if that's coming in. In C7. I got this to try because Jeffree Star said that it was just as good, if not better, than Shape Tape. And much cheaper. And I have seen him use it on more than one occasion. And I figure, good enough for him, good enough for me. And it is one that, you know, blends out really well, I think. I don't really have a lot to compare it to. I've used NARS. I've used its Bye Bye Under Eye, which I just really can't use. I've used Dior, and so far that one really, because I did a Yves Saint Laurent tinted moisturizer, Marc Jacobs foundation, and then the Dior concealer, and it really did wonders. They were all samples, so I just haven't had the ability to spend what I need to get all of that. And I wanted to try it again, but Sephora didn't have any in store, so they can't give me a sample of what they don't have in store. And I'm like, oh, that's just my luck. That sucks. I'm just trying to get the concealer. It's not as good as that's gonna get. And see how yucky that looks now? When I'm done, I'll be cleaning it. I have issues. Okay. So I use the Benefit Hoola. Let's see if I can get that to, there we go. Bronzer. And then this is my Allure brush. It's just a slanted, and it's one that I just personally like. And I just kind of come down a little bit in here. And then I also do a little bit around here into the temple, and just a little bit under here to kind of try to hide that chin thing going on. And I feel my nose is too wide. However, as much as I despise my nose and think it's too wide, I will never get rhinoplasty. It is not worth it to me to get the perfect nose, because I've seen those surgeries. And, oh dear Buddha. I'm just like, you're not taking a chisel to my nose. I'm gonna try this brush. I'm using the Laura Geller. Whoops, sorry. Didn't mean to shove that in your face. Baked blush that got in the Boxycharm. And I always start at the back, because if you get too much, it's easier to fix. And this is kind of a subtle blush, I found. And I just build it up to where I want it. And that's nice, because it's better to build up and have something that comes on so strong and you're like, what am I going to do to fix it? I tend to go a little heavy with it, but that's because of what process that I do, because I want this to to show. Okay. And then I'm using the Glow 2 highlighter from Ciate. That I got in my Ipsy. And then for that, I use my SL Miss Glam brush. And I just come right in here and up into the temple just a little bit. And I do go a little heavy with that. Because again, the process that I'm about to do. It'll take some of that shine out. So I tend to go a little much. And then I do right in here and then just a quick down the nose. And the reason I go here with my nose, because it's so wide and, you know, especially at the tip. When you do the highlighter and you do it at the tip, you're really focusing on that area. Not something I want to do. And then I do on the Cupid's bow. And then I do right under the edge of my lip. And then lightly brush the chin and the forehead. And then coming up above the eyebrow. And basically, highlighter is, I mean, you know, it's to highlight, obviously. You want it in areas that light and everything would naturally hit. So, you know, the high points. And, so forth. And it's to accentuate those areas. I'm going to take a little bit, because I've been meaning to try this, and put a little bit, or a lot, right in here. And I will be taking care of that as well. Because the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my Bella Perry banana powder. That's going to go right under my eyes. And I generally use this is the BS Mall, and it's a fluffy kind of brush. Usually I have an angled one, but I couldn't find it. And I dip it in, tap out the excess. Now one of the first things I do, come in, make sure nothing has settled. And I feel with me and setting, I always have to go by feel. And it dumps the excess. That feels good. And see how like the inner corners are no longer like glaring at you. This is Beauty Control. It is lightly tinted. I have to get new powder. And this is just a big fluffy. And I dip into that. I kind of swirl it in the lid. And then dump off the excess. Okay. And see how now that highlighter's not so blinding. Now some like to sparkle and shine and blind, and that's fine. And see how the blush is toned down. Just a process that I started doing since I was young. And then, even though I blended, I do a little bit over the eyes, and that kind of tones that down a little too. And then, I just like to, because the one thing I hate the most is when foundation transfers. Just can't. Just can't. Let's see. I think that did a little too much, so we'll just go. So there's where that popped open. All that. I think I am. I'm going to use this essence. It's just the essence. It says my must-haves. And this is in the shade Dare to Wear, and it's just a blue. And I'm going to come in. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Because I know you got to be in this tin. I thought you were. Yeah. In with this, I can't say the name right, but it's just a flat edge, which I found perfect for trying to do lines. think that's an eyelash. That is like... Okay, I lost it. It was trying to go in my eyeball. But you can see it's not as bright on the skin as it is in the pan. And I will be blending this out as well. And it just, what that does is just soften it up. Now, I do kind of make sure, put that back on the magnifying, that I come up into the upper part of my eye a little. So it's all connected. Okay, I'm going to do that to the other eye. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Finished the look off. I was going to say something. No, I can't remember. So, if you like what you saw, ring the bell, smash thumbs up, leave me a comment down below. If there's anything you want to see me try, bear in mind, my financial status is not the best. So if it's something out of the realm, it might take me a while to get to it. But I'm willing to do what all you want me to do. So, bye my beauties.